God. We're listening to this thing about Nick Fuentes.
Participating in a video put on by Boston University called Who I'll Be Voting For, Nick stated his intention to vote for Trump, which then instigated the debate. The original video has since been taken down by the school. Even Nick was still under the spell of the neocons back then. As he told the crowd, it has nothing to do with race, everything to do with culture. Asia has taken our culture and done well for themselves. The Middle East, not so much. Even though his performance wasn't publicized in any meaningful mainstream way, it grabbed the attention of some of the right-wing outlets that were desperate to recruit the Gen Z youth. The Daily Wire and other relevant figures had...
That is where Nick Fuentes has a lot of power. I know this guy. Fuck, I follow him on Twitter. I believe his name's Milo. This guy has a very deadly combination of two words that he loves to use, which
N-I-G-G-E-R.
It's crazy hearing the shit he says in
N-I-G-G-E-R.
Yeah, Nick Fuentes definitely has a huge stranglehold on the Republican youth. And so a lot of the Democrats and a lot of the media actually fear him because they know he has influence. They know he has power.
Identified him as a soon-to-be star with enormous potential.
So I did.
He's gay? Ugh.
Something on the campus. I debated the class president or whatever. It's a long story how it got going, and that's how I actually met Cassie Dillon. She live streamed it on Periscope, and she told me after the fact, she said, Ben Shapiro watched it, and I told him he needs to take you under his wing.
Nick now seemed happy with the trajectory he was on. He started hosting a show on the Right Side Broadcasting Network, which he called America First. And even though it received little attention, he trudged along as he was inducted into the media world of the right wing. And as Trump continued to initiate the political revolution that was to come, Nick noticed an exception to the tenets of the new right-wing movement. It was an exception that was made without reason or even consistency: the unconditional support of Israel.
And the show wasn't even big. I had like 100 live viewers.
Yeah, I still don't really understand the overwhelming abundance for support for Israel for almost no reason. My firm belief is that
I came to this this conclusion the other day with my buddy, or I forget what I was listening to essentially, but so in the later half of the 20th century, you had the CIA kind of doing fucked up shit like all throughout the world, and then eventually they kind of not stopped, but they backed off, and I think what they realized was they needed other They essentially just needed plausible deniability globally, so I think they helped institute and create the Mossad, and that's why we have what we have today. Diamond J Drake. Damn, bro, I see some of the old school DJs that be DJing on here, and I'm like, can you please get a better you better get a better camera, maybe a better fucking computer.
Should be taken care of before any other country. If you are
it's crazy how in America also, just a second note, how as soon as you say I want to put America first, I want to see America do better, you're just looked at as a white supremacist. Countries literally get taken over by retard lefties and fucking Muslims. Oh my god, if I could see less Muslims in my neighborhood, that would be wonderful. Because there's a bunch of them. They're on the opposite side of me, over here. I would love to see more white people in those houses than Muslim people, to be honest with you. I would rather deal with because the white people don't play music exceptionally loud in the middle of the night, or have parties that are incredibly loud for no reason, or start really loud cars for no reason. You know what I mean? But they're Muslims, so you can't say anything to them because then it's fucked up.
If you are running America, it is your job to serve Americans first. Obviously, I am okay with intermingling with other nations, warfare, if it leads to American lives becoming better, or if it prevents a catastrophe from befalling American citizens. But if it doesn't involve us or doesn't make our lives better, stop wasting money. Stop letting American soldiers die for other countries. It's quite simple, in my opinion.
So I would get 1,000 views per episode, but they were on top of this. And even Ben Shapiro, he quote tweeted one of my tweets and said, because I said something to the effect of, if you're a Mexico first, live in Mexico. If you're China first, live in China.
Absolutely.
If you're Israel
Assange should go live in China.
First, live in Israel.
Yeah.
And he quote tweets me on Christmas Eve and says, well, that's the surest sign you're an anti-Semite, is to accuse a Jew of dual loyalty.
Oh, here we go.
And I'm sitting there like, it's true. You do have dual loyalty.
He then began to see the response to any criticism of Israel or any Jewish person more generally as being smeared as inherently anti-Semitic. This was a foreign country with a higher average living standard than the United States that the U.S.
It's not anti-Semitic to say that if you support Israel more than you support America, then you're Israel first and you should go live there. That's not anti-Semitic at all.
Nope.
Nor is that if you say that about any other country in the same regard. So that's complete bullshit that he got flagged for that. That's crazy.
was sending money to, while the MAGA movement claimed to be against foreign aid.
Americanism, not globalism,
Yep.
will be our credo. The American people will come first once again.
Israel
right.
was also proudly an ethno-state, while
That
the
would be
broader
nice.
Republican world had been desperate
But it
to
still
reject
doesn't seem
any
that
form
way.
of racial exclusivity.
Because it has nothing to do with race and everything to do with culture.
I don't believe that our unifying principle was ever race, skin color, ethnicity. Our unifying principle was essentially a doctrine. It was the doctrine of human rights.
Nick asked the questions. What was going on with Israel? And isn't this style of support for them contradicting our principles?
Yes.
I said, why does the United States give Israel $3.8 billion per year? What do you make of this whole arrangement? I said, is it because they are our closest ally and I'm missing something? I said, or are we being lobbied? And there's this deep contradiction and double standard, and it's obviously being enforced by foreign influence and money.
It's actually very interesting. I am curious, Chad. When was the last time Israel backed America in a war? They all licked Israel's boots. So does this retard think that if you support Trump, you support everything he does? That's how liberals think. That is how a lot of people think. I'm not gonna lie.
that's
I mean, listen, man. I'm not a big advocate of throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Like, I can even acknowledge that Hitler was a great painter. You know what I mean? Like, just because someone does something bad doesn't mean that everything they've done is bad. Yeah, I've never seen anybody properly explain why does the United States support Israel so much? What have they done for us?
And I remember they hated the line of questioning.
And when you say they, you're referring to this friend group?
Yes,
Okay.
this Daily Wire friend group, they were all writers there, and you could
And you don't have to be an anti-Semite or hate Jews to just merely question, why does the United States give Israel so much support? That doesn't make you an anti-Semite. That just makes you wonder, yeah, why the fuck are they doing that? And I've still never seen a proper answer.
still find their articles online, and they, at first it was sort of playful. They said, oh, haha, very good. They almost thought I was joking. They said, oh, it's very funny, but you really shouldn't ask that, they would say.
Yep. There
They'd
it
say,
is.
there's a good answer for all those questions. They'd say, but the way you're asking it is anti-Semitic.
Oh
They said,
no!
and,
Oh
we're happy
no!
to talk
A
with
white
you.
person asks anything about fucking Jews, you're anti-Semitic. That's all you're ever met with. That's all you're ever met with. Whether it's Google, whether it's another human being, like it's always just like, that line of questioning is anti-Semitic. It's like, what does that even mean? How is it anti-Semitic? How is everything just against you? And like, I think there's a broader and greater conspiracy to like essentially like mind virus all of us into thinking that like Jews can't do anything wrong while they do, or like while the state of Israel rather does incredibly terrible things and just acts as if I mean, I've been a firm believer, and I've said this before, like I think those people over in that section of the world are fucking animals, and we should just let them kill each other. We just let them have nuclear weapons.
One-on-one, in person, like,
Shit's so cooked. But you can't say that stuff. Like, I have like questions and like certain lines of thinking that I like to look up throughout the week and the days. Like,
Пиздец вам, раки ебаные!
Ну где ты, а, сука? Не обижу.
Am I gonna get like actual enemy spawns? That would be sick.
Ты куда пошел?
Tequila's up, motherfucker. Where is he though? Come on, Tequila, show your little bussy. Come here, Mr. Tequila. I'm gonna wipe your nose. Put my finger in your asshole. Show you where it goes. You won't be screaming. You'll be crying after I put my finger in your nose, finger in your nose. What the fuck are with the spawns right now here? Factory, like, is boring as shit. I gotta kill 50 fucking enemies. There's none here. I'd rather just leave. Rather save my ammo than like walk around. It gives you like 2 enemies the whole time. I know Tequila's up, but like I don't know what it's been. Like I've been playing Factory since like yesterday or so, and usually Factory's a little bit hotter than this. Like you have some PMCs roaming around and shit, but like it's like every fucking raid I play, the PMCs are just like, I don't know, bro. Like, I guess we want to play. Just making this quest so painful. I want to be done with it. I want it to be over. I want it to be over. Yeah, I only got 4 kills. I mean, like, I only need like 10 more, but like, come on.
Like they're going to teach me how to ask the question. They said, because the way you're saying it, it sounds hateful and it's wrong.
I always get irritated at people where they say, what you're saying is fine, but the way you're saying it isn't. It's just so fucking irritating to have to deal with. It's like, well, understand. If you understand that what I'm saying is fine, then just answer it and stop being a pussy.
6 years ago to the day, I did a debate on Twitch. They banned me on Twitch because I did so well, and they changed the terms of service to do it.
Jesus.
Banned on YouTube, banned on Twitch, banned on PayPal, banned on Stripe, banned from Bank of America, banned from Chase Bank, banned from US Bank, banned from Airbnb, banned from Delta Airlines, banned from CPAC, banned from Email Octopus,
What did bro
Authorize.net,
do?
banned from D Live, banned from Instagram, Facebook. I've been banned from shit you haven't even heard of.
That's crazy because I see all of his clips on Instagram all the time, but they're fan edits.
But what really gained Nick Fuentes' infamy was not his quarrels with the right-wing youth.
But Nick Fuentes is on Rumble, right? He is on Rumble? Well, good, man. That's great. I mean, I really think that goes to show
Yeah,
that
just wanna
Rumble
get this
really
done.
is the platform that has the most free speech, which is crazy because it should be this way across the board. The problem is and the reason why more people don't want to swap to Rumble is because the user base is small because the issue isn't mainstream enough. But thankfully, people like, you know, Nick Fuentes, Myron, he's pushing for it.
Standard outlets. It was his involvement in what was.
For me, it's very important to know that my streamer can talk and say what they want to say at all times. That's very important. That's why I don't think I'm ever going to leave Rumble. I really enjoy that I'm able to say whatever the fuck I want to say. Sure, is the chat slower? Yeah, but that's okay because the conversations we get to have are better.
Was eventually portrayed as the true yet hidden underbelly of the Trump movement.
When did you get to 100%? When did you know
This is the first time I've ever seen Joe Biden in the wake.
this is something that I have to do for yourself?
Charlottesville.
The Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville happened in August of 2017, and it gave the media a great opportunity to skewer the growing support for Donald Trump as the very thing they wanted it to be all along, a Nazi-like fervor. It was also a wonderful photo op. Nick was publicly
honestly should
scrutinized
go.
for the participation and damned
No,
as
I
the
don't
worst
have
thing you
to,
could
but
possibly
it
be,
would help.
a
Thanks,
white
dear.
racist man. Having now been stripped from the
Black
There's
Swan.
a difference
maybe I
between
should go
being
back and do that.
racist
Yeah,
and
fuck it.
noticing patterns and talking about statistics. And I'm sorry if you say that, if you're a white man and you say that blacks are more likely to commit violent crimes, you're not racist. You're merely just stating statistics. Or if you say that white people are more likely to commit incest, you're not racist. You're just pointing out statistics. But the problem is that people don't want you to point anything out and act like everybody is the same. The problem is that we're just
We're not animals.
Women aren't the same and all races aren't the same. And we all know that. So why are we pretending that we are? It's bullshit.
mainstream track he had previously been on. Nick started uploading his show to YouTube in 2017. His viewership was not spectacular, but his following slowly grew over the next few years.
Damn.
He would soon garner what has been described as a cult-like following, and these followers are now widely known as Groypers. Nick left
Groypers.
Boston University once his
Lovely.
freshman year ended, and he remained
What the fuck is a groiper?
in the underground of the right
That's
wing as he
crazy.
What is that supposed to mean?
was harassed and publicly
That's a
smeared as a
crazy
Holocaust
word.
denier and anti-Semite. But the questions being asked were legitimate, and the
I've never seen Nick Fuentes deny the Holocaust. The only thing that I've seen him say is it wasn't 6 million Jews, it was 271,000. That's not denying the Holocaust. That's just saying that the numbers are exaggerated based off of what he gathered from. Is that even humanly possible? I feel like it's ridiculous that you can't even question shit, bro. Like, it's just a discussion to have.
dismissal was not an answer. And that is what has become so obvious, that still, no one seems to want to give him an answer.
And, you know, this is something that maybe is helpful to explain my mindset. I'm waiting for someone to prove me wrong. I'm pushing on all these narratives, the foreign aid, the Iraq war, all of it.
There we go.
And I'm waiting for someone to tell me, here's all the evidence, the obvious evidence
Well, they're not going to give you evidence. They're just going to try to discredit you and get nobody
they're
to
all
listen to you.
that it isn't all just a big thing. It's not just a big conspiracy. And I'm asking in good faith, where is that evidence? Cassie, my friend, and all the rest of them. And instead of getting an answer, I'm getting blocked. I'm getting tattled on. I'm getting clipped out of context. They're selling me out to the left. I'm getting called names.
Even with the terrible news coverage, he persisted with a nightly show without any help from a single mainstream right-wing outlet. And he kept asking the questions on the subjects that no one else would touch.
And I would even say that the Holocaust falls under this category. When I hear these stories about gassing your own people, stealing and kidnapping hundreds of thousands of kids, bombing orphanages, cutting babies off, it reminds me of all the
Jesus.
stories about the Holocaust. Do you even know all of them? They say, for example, about the Holocaust.
We'll come back to that. We need to be focused. Focused on the work. Which I haven't been. You gotta be fucking kidding me. too bad. That was that was a lucky to get a kill. I was not expecting to get that. Thought that was gonna be like a spray and respray kind of, you know, double applicator kind of situation. But I'll take it. More action in this raid than there have been the last couple of raids. Roscoe, damn, bro, he had like crappy stuff on. Oh, yeah, flechettes. I shouldn't complain too much. I shouldn't complain too much. He had a lot of flechettes. Haha! Hee. And he had a labs on him. That's pretty tight. Pretty tight. We'll put that in my butt. Put that right there. The absurd. What's this looking like? Oh, dude, this is so terrible. You're like looking down there to fucking Jesus. Good God.
USEC front.
I'm your USEC front. He is. You're very observant. Are you sitting in spawn? Stop doing that. That's why. Because then I just do that. Stop sitting in the gate. Hey. Oh! Oh, pussy hurts. That hurt my vagine. Why'd it have to be so hard? Bro really just sat here with it and was like, he can't get me. And then his head clipped through the wall and I was like, ha! And then I came in and showed his friend where the wild goose goes. Oh, that's not what I wanted my phone to do, but okay. Stream for a little bit today and then there you go, like apply for benefits and stuff. It sucks. Not really, I already applied for the benefits last night. They actually called me this morning, which I was very surprised about. So I'm hoping I can get some, like, just some assistance.
I can see the enemy.
Got a big backpack on that I want. I want his big old bussy bag. just put their head in the middle of that, and then they just kind of disappear after that. They just are like, whoop. No more pussy for me. No, sir. This is my favorite kind of raid, because Dagila's already dead, so, like, the only thing on the map that has a chance of, like, actually killing me is, like, gone. I can just kind of walk around and do whatever. I believe this guy's gonna have BP on it. Which, no, just FMJ. Nothing else worthwhile taking a look at. Fat as fuck. Damn, I killed somebody else over here. I don't need it, but I'm gonna take it. Why not? I haven't used the M4 in a while. Dump the bag really quick. That was fucking rude! Like, why do they do that? Why do they do that now? Why do they hide? They always hide. They like to hide. They like to hide and hurt my feelings, my pussy too. Hope I can get a, I'm gonna check my task after I do this serve. So I can go down and run and do those really quick. This one, yep. This one's almost done. I got 2 more. Let's go. I should probably hit that by the time I get over to my objectives. Alright. Put your arm back on, silly goose. Put your arm back on. I hate that they like either reset the settings on how healing works, or they just completely reworked how healing works. I'm not entirely happy with it. Doesn't really make any sense. I don't really feel like anything improved. One. Well, they're asleep. My quest is done. Now I can just go do Black Swan in peace. Boop. First one is under that. Damn, bro, these have long timers. Holy shit. And the next one is gonna be boop. I'm gonna have to go like around up to the next left and then another left. And then I have to go, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit after that. Gotta be careful for more PMCs though. I'm gonna got, you know, I got all this loot, got all this shoot. big room, make the immediate left. Yep, here they are. And then the next one should be all the way through and then all the way up. Like this way. Yep, these are the last ones. Oh! So happy that that raid actually turned out to be full of like actual enemies. So I was able to, I was like worried I was gonna have to like come back. Wait, don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. That almost made my pussy quake. Alright! That makes me feel better.
Cost. I mean, everyone knows the basic story. I always get grilled about it. They say, do you believe that 6 million died? Do you believe that they used gas chambers? And do you believe that it was a systematic extermination of the Jewish people? Those are the three concrete claims about the Holocaust that they enforce. But did you know that claims have been made by Holocaust survivors at various times in history that go far beyond those three things?
No.
Some have said, for example, that Jews in concentration camps were masturbated to death.
What?
That not
That don't make no sense.
I've never heard of that in my entire life.
That's crazy.
No, there's not a genuine representative Jewish Holocaust survivor claim. It's a fringe debunked story from one discredited source that's frequently circulated in the Holocaust denial circles to mock or cast doubt on the event. Interesting. Yeah, I've never heard anything like that in my entire life.
I've never heard that in my entire life.
Me next.
Nazi scientists were experimenting on them with masturbation machines, and they were masturbating them to death. Do I have to believe that?
Since he was now essentially blacklisted from mainstream conservatism, he began building what has now become a...
Grok, is this true? So, okay, let me get this right. So I can't use Google. I can't use Twitter. I can't use Reddit. I can't use Wikipedia.
Nope.
I can't use YouTube.
Nope.
I can't even use Grok.
Nope.
Should I go to the library and read a book? The same books that say that white people are the only ones that have slaves? Who am I allowed to ask a single question to? Jesus.
parallel right-wing movement. It rejects the pluralistic, classically liberal modern right and cultivates both a nationalist and racialist ethic that's predicated on Christian priors rather than the libertarian and market-centered presuppositions of the more palatable new right. He even started his own annual event called AFPAC, this being a response to his banning from CPAC and Turning Point USA events.
Good.
I remember you kicked me out there too.
I think it's ridiculous when you ban people for simply having a conversation.
Or an opinion.
Now, I can understand why you would want to ban Hassan Piker for communication.
He calls for the death of
because
people.
his communication involves inciting his audience to go kill people in real life. However, so far, I've just seen Nick Fuentes ask questions about, is history being told as the truth? And I see him being banned everywhere for it. Just like Alex Jones got banned from everything for merely asking, are these events real? And by the way, 10 years later, Alex Jones was proven right.
I probably did. Or maybe it was Dallas, I don't remember. Dan, it's great to see you. Why did you give a 45-minute speech about me at Stanford, and you won't even look at me? Come on, I'm right here.
He spent the next few years in the underground fostering a larger following while also completing his associate's degree. But it was in
I like Nick, but groypers will go a bit far. I've never had an experience with the groypers yet.
2020 that Nick would receive another targeted lashing from the
Forklift
powers that
certified,
be.
baby.
Fuentes was
I gotta
at
go
the Stop
back.
the Steal rally at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th, where he helped stir up the crowd. And while he never entered the Capitol himself,
Listen, man, I'm a very easygoing guy. I like giving everybody the benefit of the doubt and at least hear their side out. And as long as we're not inciting violence on anybody, I'm pretty much okay with all walks of life. However, I'm not okay with
shit.
promoting transgenderism. And you want to know why? Because that directly harms children.
didn't stop the government from coming after him. The persecution then continued as Nick was permanently banned from YouTube and he was forced even deeper underground.
One thing I like about Tectone is I agree with a lot of his stuff, but I don't agree with a lot of his stuff. So it's like slop, but it's like slop that I can make my brain be like, is that true? It makes me like think, but like not in the traditional like, what does this mean? More like, why do I feel that way when he talks? It's more like that. That's why I like Techie. Techie's cool like that. Alright, I will be right back. I gotta go use the bathroom. The coffee is running through me super hard. BRB. I'm back. Oh my god. I'm glad I honored that feeling in my gut that was like, go poop, my son. Go poop. Because I did. And I feel better. Everything feels better. So, I don't even know where to go right now in terms of, like, quests. Yeah. Were you selling JSP? Okay. What's JSP pushing again? Nothing, but everything at the same time. I forgot to do this healthcare privacy. Fuck! Chalet on Lighthouse. That unlocks the Grizzly from her. Seaside, the briefcase. Alright, what can I go do without getting absolutely fucking mogged on? I also want to see if I can get this sight lower with a different mount. Song is stuck in my head. Yeah, I think I'm just kind of cooked. I don't think I can put fucking shit on this. At least nothing that I want. No. Because, like, I don't know. I'm gonna complain that I don't have enough range. Like, I'm gonna go use that. It's just not gonna be good enough. Yeah, I should probably, if I'm going to, fucking good old Lighthouse, I might as well bring the OG. The OG knows, it knows the way of Lighthouse. Like, hate doing this, but it's kind of the only way right now. Friends are saying, shut up, Jenny, just get in the car. What kind of ammo do we have? We have BP, we got PP, we got PS. Let's buy some PS. Let's buy some fucking PS. 480 rounds of it, to be exact. Oh, I'm hoping tonight's a profitable night for me. It is the Thursday night. Thursday night's always right, always good. Always good to Morgan. Friends are saying, shut up, Jenny, just get in the car. No. Yes. Should be alright with the way that's sitting. Let's double check our Lighthouse quests. So we got Energy Crisis. I'm not fucking doing that. Corporate Secrets. Not doing that either. Ooh. I have an idea. No. No, I don't have an idea. I don't want to do it. I don't like this Gabfest. This Gabfest sucks. I guess it's gonna be a different time. A different time this time. Overpopulation is pretty easy. Ah. This I can do some of. Because 2 of them are out where I need to be. And then Long Road, obviously. Alright, I'll bring some markers. If I have them. I don't think I do. Oh, wait. Yes, there's one. No, there are no. There it is. Cool. Bong rip. Think of me a bong rip.
Nick was able to find some autonomy through the online platform called Cozy TV, where he aired his show following the ban. Once the free speech website Rumble increased in relevancy, Nick started uploading his America First episodes there. His following began to snowball, And as his prominence grew, we saw one of the most surprising collaborations of all time. Ye, the artist formerly known as Kanye West, posted that he was in communication with Nick. And after Ye had his own public denunciation of Jewish power, they came out together on multiple occasions for some very viral moments.
Yo, you know I'm here with my white supremacist homeboy Nick. We back.
You know, blacks are overrepresented in violent crime. But when you meet an individual black person, you don't apply that. You start with a fresh slate every time you meet someone. Do you do that with Jews? Nope.
In 2022, a dinner took place between Ye, Nick, and Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago. Nick was only 24 years old at the time.
Wait,
that's crazy.
Ye, Nick, and Trump are homies? What the is going on?
He was yet again smeared as being worse than the devil.
Meeting of the mindless at Mar-a-Lago. We learned on Friday that Trump had dinner with Kanye West and a white supremacist / Holocaust denier named Nick Fuentes.
After Elon Musk's purchase of Twitter following his insistence that he was a champion of free speech, he reluctantly allowed Nick back onto Twitter, now called X. Through the freedom...
I don't give a what anybody says. I think Elon Musk has done some of the best, some of the most good for the world, some of the most good in the United States history. Whether you think he's retarded or not, I don't care. Tesla's full self-drive is incredible and a great step for making driving even more safe, as well as very convenient and comfortable for all drivers, massively increasing quality of life as a Tesla owner myself, as well as bringing free speech back on the internet. I think it's great. I think he's done a lot of good.
That Rumble provided in new access to X, Nick's relevance and popularity skyrocketed. His infamy had grown to such a degree that he was even made the target of an assassination attempt in December of 2024.
Oh.
And it's curious to notice just how little coverage or support he received in response to it.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Armed triple homicide suspect came to his home to kill him. Oh.
That's what they do, man. When you're saying things they don't want you to say, they just fucking kill you. It's crazy, bro. It's
Throughout the many years filled with smears and exclusion, there has still not been a single mainstream right-wing figure who has consistently defended Nick from the start. Even Tucker Carlson recently moved from ignoring to now mocking him, and he still refuses to have him on.
Nick Fuentes, this child, this weird little gay kid in his basement in Chicago.
Oh, jeez. That's a little rude. These people like Nick Fuentes are important for converting the youth over and keeping them as your right wing on your right wing side, so it's like kind of doing yourself a disservice by doing that. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Yeah. I was just trying to think how I wanted to do this circle. I was like, nah, let me do it this way. This will be easier. Back on the good old lighthouse with my favorite gun. It is one of the I don't know what it is, but like AK-12 just go burr. Can't deny it. It just slaps, you know. Super high natural ergo. Relatively tight and predictable recoil pattern. I heard him VoIP, so I was like, what? Let me get what's in your butt. Where'd your little pussy hole go? scope's broken. I knew it was the scope. There's like fractals inside of the scope from shit. Or maybe it's like something else. I don't know. There's a lot of shit about PC I just don't know. So like I don't know if like my settings are actually like to where they need to be, to where I'm getting like optimal performance out of my system. I honestly should have wore that scat vest. Would have been a pain in the ass, like. Well, here's the thing. It wouldn't have been that big of a pain in the ass. I was just making it more thing with it than I really needed to. Come on. There you go. There you go. This Nick Fuentes, this little gay kid. Yeah, dude, this shit's cooked. Oh well. I'm always curious if anyone can hear it, like, or if it's coming through on my stream, because I've never gone back to check, because it just happens so frequently, yet like infrequently. My fucking my neighbor's daughter just like out of nowhere, like a fucking sheep, just like. What the fuck is going on here? Oh, he's got the Seiko. I need to kill fucking Big Pipe. If I can kill Big Pipe, I got the Seiko. It's mine. I love how it's M4A1, your ex. I just gotta be careful because I have no idea where Dickhead is. He's got some FMJ in here. was not expecting to run into them up here. Now I'm like, oh shit, I need to get the fuck out of here. I think I just heard him voice line. Some tech, right? Just gonna visit this group here. These quests done for therapist. Been a little quest locked lately, just because I hadn't given the 20k to mechanic. Not because I couldn't, just because like I was like, oh, I gotta sell a bunch of shit. Bring my weight down a little bit. Nothing significant enough to make me weigh less, so much less that that was close. So much less that I'll actually run correctly, but at least I'm moving. Go hit this last side for revision. He had was like, yeah. Why couldn't the fucking TRG be? 89 pisses me off like you wouldn't believe. Like, I was so excited that he had that, and now that I see the condition that it's in, I'm just like, don't really want that. I'm gonna go sell it, make me some rubles, but it's not what I want. What I want is an actual Seiko that does the job, you know? This SJ6 is about to wear off. Get over to a position where I can dump the bag really quick and then go run and hit the thingamajigger. Too, because PMCs spawn down here, and sometimes they leave, sometimes they sit down here, and it's always a fun surprise when you run into like 4 of them and you're just trying to do a quest. Forgot how much fun Lighthouse was though. I think it's just like the quests and like they'll wear on you, you know. They hurt my booty hole. With the eyes like Kane, no. Met Bones once, now it's hard for her to say no. I'm a big deal with a big payload. Big show, tall, white, Captain Insane, no. Wake up at a car, walk around like with a day go. Fresh glove dead till then I'm finna lay. Oh boy. Big and fat, big and fat. I'm a big old chunky man running down the trail. Gotta stop to catch my breath or I might fail. It don't make no sense, don't need to make no rhyme, just needs to have no reason and a little bit of time. Oh, I said, yeah. I signed up for Amazon Flex. I did onboarding last night. I'm really hoping that they like finish my paperwork today, so I can go do that. Actually, I should check that. Refresh status. Okay. So it's May 14th. Which doesn't help me out like a ton, but if I could get that sooner rather than later, that'd be cool. So I was talking to a lady, she said you can make like $200 a day. And like, I don't know, if I'm using like a tank of gas per day for it, then that's about like $50, so I'm taking home $150. It's like decent profit. It's not like great, it's not great profit, but it's decent profit. If you think I'm searching any of the shit around here, you're fucking crazy. It sucks I didn't get Big Pipe. I really wanted him. But I also wanted to leave alive, so that's cool. I like leaving Lighthouse alive. But I will take Bird Eye and Giant Dickhead with a face mask any day of the week. I can't believe it. Knight, there we go. I can't believe I was blanking on his name. Oh, what successful raid? Quests, all the whole nines. Everything's better. Everything's fine. She let an African migrant stay in her home. I don't even want to know. I was gonna listen to something about Hassan, but I don't think I have the mental fortitude to listen to Hassan or anything about Hassan right now. It's just he's so fucking ridiculous with his shit. Damn, bro, I gotta sell shit. I'm so glad he didn't get a chance to let any of that off on me, because he would have killed me. Boop. Uh-oh. There we go. This down here. This will take... I'll take the... No, M10 sim. There we go, guys. Boop. Boop. There we go. You on the other side, you on the other side, you down here. And then we'll go over here. And then population. Nope, wasn't that. Seaside vacation, there we go. Bandit, interesting. I'm gonna go Customs. Always love a good romp back at Customs. Glad I came back here because I can do that. I'm gonna put that in there for now. I don't want to go back to Lighthouse if I can help it. Kind of want to go somewhere else. Oh. Oh, mama. I got a lot of bullets just hanging out. That reminds me I should buy more. The fact that you won't let me buy more of that is disgusting. Oh boy, oh boy. Because what I really want to do is go use this. I mean, I could go to customs if I really wanted to. And go mark all that cargo. Overpopulation got some. Nice. I just gotta do that other half of revision. Wow, they really reduced this. This used to be so much more. I should have waited and got one more kill, but whatever. Easy job, nah. Corporate secrets, energy trafficking, or energy crisis, drug trafficking, inventory reserve. Yeah, don't really have a lot to go to customs for. But the abandoned cargo thing might. But a recent suspicious shipment of Terra Group cargo. With records and even medical samples. Every such shipment should be prioritized for extraction. For some, this shipment was left near the customs terminal. I have to know what's inside the cargo. To do that, I need the exact location of the shipments. Is this with this? I think I can do this. What is this one? Abandoned cargo. I got one. Alright. If we could get all the ads off and not like ask me to sign in. Like I don't understand that about a website where it's like, dude, do you wanna sign in? And it's like, not really, no. Like I don't understand what I'm signing in for. I'm literally viewing your fucking website. Like like why am I like what? That's just fucking ridiculous. Excuse me. Dupe. SP-5. Darka. What's in here? Not much, but I will take that out. I'm rocking this armor. I really want to use the VSK. This is the whole reason like I want to go and do anything right now. It's because I want to use the VSK. It's how I want to play the game, okay? Throw a mule and SJ6 in here for funsies. Actually help if I had the things that I needed to do that. Hee. 1,500 hours or this. Wait, yes, I do. I do have a light on this, I believe. Yes, I do. Okay. I do gotta go on Compass though. I already took my medication. See, this is what I find really fucking annoying is like, yeah, stay logged in. What the fuck? I'm like applying for benefits and like government benefits and stuff like that, and I'm like, I talked to the woman this morning about everything. She's like, yeah, I just need your I need your, what was it? Now I can't even remember. I talked to her when I had just woken up. But she was essentially like, you need, yeah, it was a lot of things. I don't even know. Retrieve 1095-B. No, that's not what I need. But like, yeah, she wants me to upload a file of my like statements from April, and I can't. Or it's like, it's not that I can't or won't. It's just I'm like, well, where the hell do I do that? You know. And now she's like, or you can come in, and it's like, well, I definitely don't want to come in. Only in March. Well, I only made $9 that month. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like call this lady back. I think instead of me playing the video game more and streaming more, I'm gonna go shower and do that, and then maybe get on the video game later, because I kind of want to take care of that. So I'm gonna do that. I'll see you guys later.